Welcome to the deep dive. So today, we're really getting into the weeds on cannabis sativa L cultivation. Our mission is to figure out what it takes to hit that really elusive high potency benchmark. We're talking genetics, we're talking calculated stress. For you, this is a look behind the curtain at the science of the most expressive products out there.
Yeah, and what's so fascinating is that achieving potency consistently above, say, 30% THC is not an accident. It's a high-precision formula. You need total control over four key stages: the genetic foundation, the environmental triggers, something called crop steering, and then finally how you preserve it.
Okay, let's unpack that. Starting with what you said is the foundation, genetics. I mean, you can't get something from nothing, right? You have to start with a cultivar that even has that potential, like a Godfather OG or something similar.
Exactly. That genetic potential is the absolute ceiling. But the source of those genetics is also critical. The big shift right now in high-end cultivation is moving away from clones and really focusing on using feminized seeds.
Oh, interesting. Why? What's the risk with clones?
It's all about risk mitigation. Clones, they just massively increase the chance of introducing hop-latent viroid, HLVD, and that stuff is just devastating. It stunts the plant's metabolism, you get smaller flowers, and it can slash your final potency by 50%, sometimes even more.
Wow. So rule one is just avoid that risk at all costs. But then rule two, paradoxically, sounds like you're adding risk. Let's talk about stress application because it feels so counterintuitive.
It does. But we're triggering the plant's own defense mechanisms. The key tool here is UVB light supplementation. We're talking the 280 to 315 nanometer range for maybe 2 to 4 hours a day, late in the flowering cycle.
So you're basically tricking the plant into thinking it's getting a sunburn.
That's a perfect way to put it. It responds by producing these resin-rich trichomes, kind of like a natural sunscreen. But you can't just blast it with light. To handle that intensity, the plant needs atmospheric support. That's where CO2 enrichment comes in.
And when you say enrichment, what are we talking about? Like compared to the normal air we're breathing?
Normal air is around 400 parts per million. In these rooms, we're keeping it between 12 and 1500 ppm. That level of CO2 lets the plant's engine, photosynthesis, run at maximum RPMs without shutting down from the intense light.
Okay, that makes sense. So next up is crop steering. This is where we get into signaling the plant to prioritize resin over just growing bigger. They call it generative steering. How does that work?
You're manipulating the root zone. You do it with controlled drought. Growers use what they call large drybacks, which means letting the growing media dry out quite a bit between waterings. And at the same time, they spike the electrical conductivity, the EC.
Then EC, what is that actually measuring?
It's the concentration of salts, nutrients, in the root zone. A high EC tells the plant that resources are scarce. It basically flips the switch from growth mode into survival mode, and its survival mechanism is producing high-value resin.
This is also where the flavor chemistry gets dialed in, right? The terpenes, the aroma.
Oh, absolutely. This is where sulfur supplementation is so important, usually with magnesium sulfate. Sulfur is a key building block for those volatile sulfur compounds, or VSCs. Those are what create the really pungent, gassy notes that are so in demand. No sulfur, no gas.
So you've built all this potency and aroma. Now you have to keep it. The final stage, preservation. I hear timing is everything.
It is non-negotiable. You have to harvest exactly when the trichomes are milky or cloudy. If they're clear, they're immature. But if you wait too long and they turn amber, that THC has already started degrading into CBN, which is a totally different, less valuable compound.
And how do you keep that aroma from just disappearing? Heat is the killer, isn't it?
It's the number one enemy. It just cooks off the volatile terpenes, so everything has to move to the cold. That means either using the Lotus method, which is a slow dry in a frost-free fridge below 60 degrees Fahrenheit, or going all in with freeze drying. The goal is slow, cold dehydration. That's what locks everything in.
So when you connect all the dots, achieving this level of potency, it's really all about managing stress and then applying cold. It's a high-stakes, incredibly precise operation from start to finish.
It truly is. The final product is a direct reflection of the control exerted at every single one of those stages.
So what does this all mean for you? It means the quality of a top-shelf product is never an accident. It's dependent on this rigorous level of control, from the seed all the way to that final cold dry. And this whole protocol, it relies on applying carefully managed stress UV, drought, cold to get a positive outcome. It makes you wonder, what other areas of high-yield biology or chemistry rely on carefully inducing negative conditions to achieve these kinds of high-value results? Something to mull over until the next deep dive.